So once you have created this, make sure you copy this and actually save it somewhere, because you would be needing this in case you just want to, attempt to connect it. Okay. So do not just attempt to, copy the text. Okay. You just click on the button that was given. Okay. Which will copy the entire key. Fine. So that is a new secret key that we created, which is used for authentication with your OpenAI and your Python. Okay. So now let's go back to our Visual Studio Code. I will just minimize this and everything is done. So now we are going to bring in our key over here. The first thing that we will be doing in our particular code. So I will be saying here, let's say secret key 1 is equal to, okay, let me copy down the key that I had created. I had copied it. Okay, so we have that key that we have entered here. Now this key was generated using OpenAI. I have added that into my Visual Studio Code environment. Okay, so what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to basically import the OpenAI model. So I'm going to say here import OpenAI. You can see I got that particular namespace because I had installed it. Okay, now I need to authenticate that, and actually I have a key that I can use for it. So I have the secret key added. I'm going to say the OpenAI, okay, dot API underscore key, okay, is equal to. Now this is the secret key, so I'm going to pass there the secret underscore key 1. Okay, so whenever I'm going to make request to OpenAI, it's known that I'm making it through this particular secret key because it is a secret key to that particular account. I just made it using the OpenAI API. Okay, so I added this. Okay, and now this is done. Now the next thing I want to do is actually I can, basically make requests to different models. Okay, so unlike we had discussed this models in the earlier sessions, so what I can do now is I can say, let's see the output. Okay, I give here, say output underscore where is equal to, and OpenAI dot, let's say I want to access a particular function. So we have various functions which are available. Okay, and I want to access the completion function, which basically creates a completed response. Okay, that is based on a particular prompt. So that's basically what the ChatGPT uses. Okay, and that is dot, I'm saying create, which is a function. So it basically takes a bunch of arguments. The first thing that it takes here is, so I'll go in for the arguments here. Okay, is what model you want to use. So I'm passing here a model, and that is equal to, now every model has their own advantages and disadvantages. Okay, the one that we are going to use for ChatGPT is the DaVinci model. Okay, so we would be using that inside the model here, and the name for that is text hyphen DaVinci 003. Okay, that is the model that I want to make use of. So I have given there the model in this particular case. Okay, now the best way to know what models to create is actually to go in the documentation that we had already seen and then see which model basically suits you. Okay, so I'll just show it to you once again. If I, go back over here, I have the documentation, I have the model. See here, whichever suits you best, just go ahead and use that. So in my case, I have used text DaVinci 003. Or you can even copy this code here and simply paste it here. That's absolutely fine. Okay, if you think that you might make mistake in giving the model name, so just do the way that I have shown it to you here. Okay, so once you have done that, we have given here the value for model, and now it looks perfect. The next thing you want to be able to show is the actual prompt, right? So I'm giving here a comma. The next thing I want is prompt, which is equal to ChatGPT to complete or produce it. So I'm going to do over here is I'm going to go at very top of this particular page, and I'll just give here after the secret key a prompt, and that is equal to, I am just giving me like, say, give me a slogan for let's say home security system company. Okay, and that is what my prompt would be. So it's going to be the prompt that I gave above. Okay, so it's this particular value what I am supposed to get it from a particular chat GPT after giving this particular prompt. Now after that I want to include here the max tokens, and max tokens are just how many tokens you want the OpenAI to create for you, right? So over here, this is like if you have this number of very high, then it can give you essays of war. So depends like how much do you want to keep it. Okay, so in my case, I would keep it very low. Let's say I would keep it somewhere around 15. Okay, that must be sufficient enough. I just want a prompt which will give me some 15 words of it. Or if you want, you can make it some more value, which is let's say 135. Okay, but again it might cost you, so it's always better to have lesser tokens given. Token should not be more than let's say 15 words. Okay, so say about those many characters is sufficient enough. Okay, so let's make it 150, should be absolutely fine. Okay, so we have done with the three parameters, and the last one that now remains is the temperature, which I'm giving here as 0. Okay, we can just make it 0 here, or you want, you can toggle that. Okay, so that is the parameters that you need to pass it. Once that is done, now the last thing is we need to print the output as well. So here I'm going to give in the value print the output. Okay, so once I have given this output underscore where to be printed, I will execute this. Okay, and once you execute, okay, you can just check out over here. Okay, exited your current quota, please check your plan. Okay, fine. So I will need to go ahead with a paid version of chat GPT. Only then I would be able to use that in this particular application. So just give me a moment, I will show you that. I'll just go ahead and pop up my particular chat GPT account for a paid one, and then I will be able to show you that inside this particular video. So stay tuned. Hey, so as I told you, I have now the paid account of ChatGPT. So my key has changed here since I have created another key now, and rest everything remains same. And now if you see after execution, I am getting here the output, which is having a text parameter. That's the response that I am getting from my prompt. Secure your home, secure your peace of mind. And that is how I can basically fetch the particular output. It is coming in a JSON file by default. Okay, so it has a bunch of different things that is there. Out of it you have to be focused on what is known as text. Okay, so inside choices you have various parameters, which includes the response, which is coming in the text parameter there. Okay, so we have created a simple application which is giving me the particular output, which I can get it from a chat GPT, but now it is coming through a Python code. Okay, so it gives you always the metadata, also like how many tokens were used, the completion, what was the model, and everything. You can see that over here as well. Okay, so it is very much simple. We can see what we prompted and what tokens were used there. Okay, so the completion tokens were 13 in this particular case. That's absolutely perfect. Let's move ahead with the next part. So we basically created our first Python function in this code, okay, which made a request to the OpenAI using Python, and that was the first step in making it a serverless function. Okay, so the chat GPT we installed into our applications using this, the installation part that we did. After that, we completed this particular simple example of accessing that using a secret key.